They'll know you're lazy, you're not doing anything. Honestly, that's how it's going to be. If you're not active yourself and say something. John, can I come to you? Same question, actually. People think we are divided. Are we divided?
I think a lot of the time we are divided, and I think that's a real shame, as we've already described. But I think that there are a lot of really strong examples of where people of different faiths are working together, and I mean, there's one example of, and it really is by how willing you are to meet somebody who's different from you, and from my own experience, I grew up overseas. I had to make friends with different people, so I lived in Pakistan as a teenager.
Don't look nothing like Pakistani.
No, I'm trying to grow a beard, and successfully. But I mean, when I lived in Pakistan, if I wanted any friends, I had to make friends with people who were different from me, and I made some of the best friends that I have. And we still keep in contact, and that's similar here. So you knew a common friend, so you knew Nick Coke, who's a good friend of us both. He introduced us because I wanted to meet people in Ilford, and so we had a good evening when we went to mosque in Chadwell Heath. And that started a bit of a relationship there, where we then had a bit of trust.
You amazed me. I have to mention that you amazed me. I remember you called me and said, Isaac, do you know anyone in that place? I live there, and I want to work with them. I said, okay, what shall I do? He said, look, anyone, I want to work with them. And I said to my friend, actually, let's find out for him, because he really wants to work with us, man. That's really, really good. How often you find people coming to you and say, I want to work with you, and especially community work. And I found someone, then we went together. Not really, really, that's amazing. We don't get many young people. I mean, we don't get old or young, whatever. We don't get many people in that level. So that's.
And that was kind of me reaching out to somebody. But it's also happened the other way. So in Redbridge, an organisation called FORMO, which is Federation of Redbridge Muslim Organisations, developed by the guys at Gardens of Peace at the cemetery there. And so I was able to visit the cemetery for the first time the other day and learnt a lot about Muslim burial traditions and stuff, things that I didn't know. I didn't know you would be an expert in these things.
He's the undertaker, man.
Exactly. So this was a new experience for me. But I also learnt, these guys have been doing collections for us, for the night shelter, for us to be able to serve.
Man. That's a great example.
And they've been doing it for 6 years. So this Sunday, before our Sunday morning service, every year in the Muslim community in Redbridge is very, very, super generous. So all the different resources that will keep us going, helping homeless people. Sunday morning, there's going to be a delivery to our place in Ilford. And so at the beginning of our service, we'll join together. For the beginning of the service, we'll be together. And that'll be a chance for us to thank the guys who organised this. The young guys who come as well. They come and they're unloading trucks. It's an incredible thing.
Fantastic.
But they're people who reached out to us. That wasn't us going. People.
He works both